I'm going to bring you through how to use error analysis to better your understanding of questions that were frequently missed on the social studies assessment. So we're going to do one question together that many students missed. Even if you did not miss this question, please follow along so that you know exactly how to complete this worksheet and gain more understanding about different question types. So the first thing you're going to do is write down the question number and write down the question exactly as it appeared on the test. So if you look at question number 6, question number 6 says, according to the map above, how did the Columbian Exchange benefit people in Europe, Africa, and the Americas? The first thing that you are going to do is write the question out. So I'm just going to copy and paste, and you can go ahead and write the question exactly as it appeared on the test. And you'll write your question number down as well. Then you're going to underline the key test vocabulary words. So the verb, so here it says, according to the map above, so I'm going to put how did the Columbian Exchange benefit people in Europe, Africa, and the Americas. So I just underlined those two words. Then it says to write the meaning for any academic vocabulary. So here we have our term, the Columbian Exchange. I'm going to put that in bold, whereas you all can circle that. And then, so that's basically where we want to end on this one, on the academic vocabulary. And then you are going to define that. So the Columbian Exchange, and I'm going to write it in red, whereas you all can just write it on your paper, draw a little arrow, and write it on there. So the Columbian Exchange was the trading exchange between the Americas and Europe during the time of Columbus and after. Okay, so now you've written out what the Columbian Exchange means directly in that box. Step 2 is you're going to decide what kind of question this is. Is it a document-based question? Is it a recall question? Or is it a combination of the two? So I'm going to look back at the question and think about what skill this question is asking me to do. And this skill is just asking me to look at the map and analyze what I'm seeing, and then make an inference based on the information on the map. So this one you could either say is document-based. You could also argue that it's a combination question because you have to really sift through the information, but really you're just summarizing what you already see on here. So the question type is document-based. It's asking you to look according to the map. What is the question asking? This is where you summarize in your own words what the question is asking. For this question, it's asking how the Columbian Exchange, again, in the words of the test, it says, how did the Columbian Exchange benefit people in Europe, Africa, and the Americas? In my own language, I'm going to say that it's asking me to say how the Columbian Exchange helped people in 3 different continents. Okay. Now before I look back at my answer choices, I'm actually going to answer the question. So how did the Columbian Exchange, this exchange of goods, services, and people between the Americas and Europe, how did it help people on 3 different continents? Well, let's go back to our map and take a look. So I see that it is moving pumpkins, turkeys, various crops to Europe. So that would be good because Europe would have new crops and animals. And it's moving some disease. That's not helpful to Africa. Livestock, so different animals to Africa, that would be helpful. And different grains to Africa. I'm also thinking that would also be helpful as well. And then I see that there are lots of fruits and other sort of types of foods that are moved to the Americas as well. So The helpful things that I mostly see are different types of food are moved throughout the 3 continents. So I'm going to write in my own words, the Columbian Exchange brought new types of food to all 3 places. I would not put disease because that's not helpful. So now our third step is to cite evidence in the text to support why each answer choice is wrong, or use our background knowledge to reason why the choice is wrong. So now we're going to look back at our answer choices. So answer choice A, the Europeans gained access to new materials that they could use. That's true, but the question's asking about benefiting people in 3 different places. So answer choice A could not be correct. My reasoning is the answer only talks about benefits to Europe. Then I'm going to look at choice B. Africa received diseases, which made it easier to colonize. Again, I'm looking at benefits, and diseases are not helpful to Africa, so it can't be choice B. Even if that might have helped Europe. The question's asking about 3 different places. C, the trade of livestock meant that all people could travel more quickly. That might be true, but I don't see much livestock moving to Europe that would help Europeans travel quickly. I only see turkey going to Europe. So I'm going to say it's not C, because Europe did not receive new livestock that would help them travel faster. So I'm left with answer choice D. People on all continents were introduced to new foods to add to their diets. That was my answer that I came up with on my own after looking at the map, that all 3 continents got new foods, and this would be helpful to all 3 continents. So again, my explanation is new foods would be helpful to people on all of the continents, not just 1 or 2. Okay. So again, this is exactly what you're doing. The only difference is that you're actually writing it in your boxes. Please make sure that you choose 3 more questions that are questions that you missed so that you can complete this error analysis worksheet. Ask your teacher if you have any questions.